So I'm on my way to work, like every morning, and 73 degrees outside. Been driving for about 32 minutes so far, getting 32.4 miles per gallon, so pretty good still. But trans temp 192. Oh, there it goes, 194. That's always what it is. Every time by the time I get to work, it's 194. Oh, drop back down. Oh, bounce back and forth. So every time it's sitting right there at those numbers. And I think personally that's just a little high. I'd like to be around the 150, 140-ish range. So I bought this cooler here from PPE. Well, not really a cooler, it's actually a bypass. And I also bought their oil filter, so we'll be doing a oil change today, and also we'll be installing this thermal bypass here to see if it can truly lower our temps, and if so, by how much.
I just wanted to do a little bit of a voiceover here because I wasn't able to record while I was at work installing this. And if you can see that tiny little bolt at the bottom of the PPE thermal bypass, that is supposed to be torqued to 12 to 15 foot-pounds. And then it's a little hard to see, but there's a gold bolt holding the lines on, one on the front of the block and the back of the block. Our service information was down and was glitching that day when I installed this, so I just torqued them to 18 foot-pounds, like the drain bolt of the oil pan, and there's been no leaks. It's been about 100 miles, but when I get back to work and check that, I will double check it and make sure it's right. There's also a 10 millimeter that holds that third line going right across there. But another just tip I want to give is you can kind of see it. There's going to be two bolts that are covered with that frame wax coating. It's like a little cross member. I definitely recommend taking that out along with the skid plate, little plastic skid plate that's under there. That is going to open it way up. It's going to be way easier to do this job. And I also very highly recommend replacing your oil filter, so do an oil change at the same time, because that again just opens it way up, like your hand can get on there in it, and you're just going to be able to do things. I did it with it in. That was a mistake. There's now transmission fluid on the skid plate and it's leaking down, so I need to pull that off and get it cleaned up. So just a heads up there. So next time if I ever do something like this, 100% taking both of those off. I just didn't want to make the mess because I hate dealing with that waxy frame coating. It just gets on everything. I didn't want to get my tools all dirty and everything, so that's why I did it that way. But no, definitely don't do it. Highly recommend just taking it off, taking your time and doing that. And I also didn't top off my transmission fluid after. It takes ULV transmission fluid, and the reason I didn't do it was because I kind of just was out of time at work. I just really wanted to get home that day, and so definitely I'll do another video later on how to check, or maybe I'll do a video on how to flush your transmission, and so then I'll deal with that then. It probably leaked out a quart, maybe two at the very most. I tried my best to do it as fast as I could, but just be aware you're definitely going to want to top that off just for safety reasons, because an underfilled transmission can seriously cause some issues. So definitely top it off, check the fluid level when you're done, and I'll show you how to do that later on. But back to the video.
Alright, I just finished installing the PPE thermal bypass for the transmission cooler, and I've been driving for 26 minutes now, and we're only at 133 degrees. And keep in mind, it's 91 degrees outside. I believe the last time I did this test, I think it was 70 degrees outside, and it was first thing in the morning. But I was driving, about the same. I think it was 30 minutes. So I haven't quite made 30 minutes, but by now my temperatures would have already been in the 190s. So definitely putting the thermal bypass on for sure lowered the temperature. So hopefully this transmission will last longer. I'll keep y'all updated on longevity and everything with that. I was planning on doing a install video, but I kind of was rushed at work to do it, and I just had to be home, so I didn't really get time to film it. There's still people there, And so yeah, but I'll keep y'all updated on it and see if I have any issues or whatever. I might do like a 5,000 mile update or something. But yeah, stay tuned.